What's up everyone? So for today's video, we are going to talk about linear. What's up everyone? So for today's video, we are going to talk about solving systems of linear equations into variables. For today's video, we are going to talk about solving systems of linear equations into variables. The different learning target that we are going to acquire as we are going to finish watching this instructional video. We will be able to recall the systems of linear equations into variables. We will also determine the solution if the given systems of linear equation using any of the three methods, that is graphing, by substitution, and elimination. And of course, by its application, we will solve real-life problems involving linear equations into variables. Before we are going to develop our skills in how to solve systems of linear equations into variables, we are going to recall the definition of what is a system and what is a solution. If we are going to talk about system of linear equation, that means that involves two or more equations. And if we are going to talk about solution, that is any values or an ordered pair that will make or that will satisfy the given systems or the given two or more equations. Now, how are we going to determine, for example, if the given ordered pair is a solution or a solution set of the equation? If we are going to recall what we have learned in the previous module, we are going to plug the given ordered pair or the given values of x and y to the equation. And if that will make the equation true, or if that will satisfy the equation, then we can make a conclusion that the given ordered pair is a solution set of our linear equation. So for example, I have here an equation in the system, and that is x minus y is equal to -4, and 2x plus 10y is equal to 4. How am I going to test that the point -3 and 1 is a solution? So of course, I will substitute the value of x, which is -3, and the value of y, which is 1, to the two equations. So that will become -3 minus 1 is equal to -4 for the equation 1. So if I am going to simplify, so that is -3 minus 1 is equal to -4, and -4 is equal to -4. And that is true. Now for the second equation, that is 2 times -3 as the value of y plus 10 times 1 as the value of y is equal to 2 times -3 is -6 plus 10 is equal to 4. So what is -6 plus 10? That is equal to +4. So I can say that 4 is equal to 4. Sorry, -3 as the value of x. I correct. -3 as the value of x and +1 as the value of y. So as what we have noticed, the ordered pair satisfies the two equations. So I can say that -3 and 1 is the solution. Another example, if I am going to test 4 and 2 in my system, 2x minus 5y is equal to -2, and 3x plus 4y is equal to 4. Again, I am just going to substitute the values of x and y to the two equations. And that will become, in the first equation, we notice that the value is true. That is -2 is equal to -2. The ordered pair satisfies in the first equation. But as what we have noticed in the second equation, thus the coordinate or the ordered pair 4 and 2 does not satisfy in our equation. So we can consider or we can make a conclusion that 4 and 2 is not a solution in our system, is not part of the solution set in our system. 2x minus 5y is equal to -2 and 3x plus 4y is equal to 4. Now we are going to introduce the very first method on how we are going to find the solution, or how are we going to solve systems of linear equations in two variables. Basically, the skills solving systems of linear equations in two variables means that we are going to find the solution or the values of x and y that will satisfy both of the equation in the system. So the first method that we are going to take into consideration, or that we are going to develop, is by graphical approach or by graphing. Always remember that this graphical method or the graphical approach is the most the graphical approach is used to visualize abstract idea in algebra to a visual representation. Now we are going to introduce the very first method on how we are going to solve systems of linear equation, and that is by graphical method or by graphing. As what we have noticed, or as what we have learned, the graphical method is a very common to us. We have done this in our previous module on how we are going to graph an equation. The sense here is that in order for you to find the solution of the system of linear equations in two variables by graphical method, you have to graph the two equations. And at what point or at what coordinate do they intersect, or the graph intersect? That is the solution of the equation or the solution of the system. So it is very important for us to know how to graph linear equations, for us to know how to find the solution of the systems of linear equations. Now let us going to recall, or please be reminded that in order for us to graph an equation or a linear equation, it is very important for us to set table of values. Any values of x will be used to determine the values of y using the equations given or using the system. So for example, we are going to find the solution, or we are going to solve for the solution of this system. 2x minus y is equal to 6 and x plus 3y is equal to 10. So the very first thing that we are going to do is to plot table of values, or to set table of values. So if I am going to let x is equal to -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2. So I am going to use that to find the values of y in the two equations for me to be able to graph. I know you're very good with that already. So this is the graph that we have done for 2x minus y is equal to 6 and x plus 3y is equal to 10. As you notice, the graph of 2x minus y is equal to 6, we have there 0 and negative 6, 3 and 0, 4 and 2, and 6 and 6. And we also have for the graph of x plus 3y is equal to 10, negative 5 and 5, negative 2 and 4, 4 and 2, and so on, depending on the values of x that you are going to set. So take note of our graph. The two graphs intersect at point 4 and 2. With that, I can consider that 4 and 2 is the solution of the systems of linear equation. How will I test if this is really the solution? Of course, I will be back by definition. I am going to substitute that value to the two equations. And if it will satisfy in the two equations, then that is the solution set. As I distribute 4 and 2 as the point of intersection to the two equations, we have noticed that it emerged true, or it satisfies the two equations. So I can consider that 4 and 2 is the solution of the systems of linear equation. For cases like this, as you graph the equation negative x plus 3y is equal to 6 and 3x minus 9y is equal to 9, you notice that it does not have any point of intersection. So we can make a conclusion that the two lines seems to be parallel lines. Now we have to check that this is really parallel lines by getting the slope. Always remember that parallel lines have the same slope in the form of y is equal to mx plus b. You have to recall that already. Okay, so as we change the equation in the slope-intercept form, and that is y is equal to 1/3 x plus 2, and the other also is y is equal to 1/3 x minus 1, we notice that the slope is equal to 1/3, and that the slope of the two equations are the same. So we can make a conclusion that the two lines are parallel, and parallel lines do not intersect. So what can we make, or what can we conclude from that? That there is no solution since the two lines does not intersect. So therefore, the two equations does not or do not have real solutions. Do not have real solution set. Another cases that we are going to experience is when we are going to graph x is equal to 3y minus 1 and 2x minus 6y is equal to negative 2. As what you have noticed in the graph, it appears to be identical, or they have the same graph. So we will make a conclusion that the graph of the first equation and the graph of the second equation are just the same, or the point or the ordered pair are just the same. So therefore, we are going to take into consideration that they have an infinite number of solutions. Now we are going to talk for our second approach or second method on how we are going to solve systems of linear equation, and that is by substitution. How are we going to perform this method? From the word itself, substitution, that means there will be substitution process, or that will happen, that will take place as we perform or as we solve systems of linear equation. So for example, what are we going to do here? What is the very important thing in performing this method is that you have to solve one equation for one variable, then substitute the new form of the equation into other equation for the solved variable. Now, this is might confusing, but let us going to have some example. Let us going to have one example to make this one clear, to make this one concrete. So for example, solve the following systems or solve the following equation in the system by substitution. 3x minus y is equal to 6 and negative 4x plus 2y is equal to negative 8. So again, our goal is we are going to solve one variable from the equation. So I will take equation number 1, and that is 3x minus y is equal to 6. So what I am going to do is I have to find the value of the variable for that equation 1, or I have to get a value of the variable in expression. So 3x minus y is equal to 6. Since y does not have numerical coefficient, so basically I can use that one directly. So I already have the value of y by I am going to transpose 3x to the right side of the equation, and that will become negative 3x plus 6. So what is being left is negative y. Then to make that one positive, I will multiply that one by negative 1. So that will become positive y is equal to the negative 3x will become positive 3x, and negative 6 will become positive 6. But take note, according to my professor, there's no such thing as transposition. Transposition is used for shortcut approach. The best thing is actually what is being accepted in real analysis. Real analysis mathematics is by property of equality. So that what happened is that to cancel 3x, I will subtract by 3x, because 3x minus 3x is 0, or I will add negative 3x. So that's why in the other side of the equation, there is negative 3x there. Okay, but some teacher opted to explain it in a shorter way by transposition, that you are going to transfer you are going to transfer the term so that what is being left there is the variable. So right after that, I already have the value of my variable, which is y is equal to 3x minus 6. What I am going to do is I am going to substitute that one to the second equation, which is negative 4x plus 2y is equal to negative 8. So what happened is negative 4x plus 2 times 3x minus 6 is equal to negative 8. Since I substituted the value of y base coming from the first equation. So by distributive property, I will distribute 2 to the parentheses or to the expression inside the parentheses. So that will become negative 4x plus 6x minus 12 is equal to negative 8. So simplifying by combining like terms, that will become negative 4x plus 6x is equal to positive 2x. And minus 12 is equal to negative 8. So again, I will transpose negative 12 to the other side since they are constant. So what is being left is 2x is equal to 4. And 2x is equal to 4 because negative 8 plus 12 is 4. All right, so divided by 2 to get the value of x. So 4 divided by 2 is equal to 2. So I can say that the value of x is equal to 2. So I already have value of the first variable x, which is equal to 2. So what I am going to do is I will distribute that to the equation number 3 to get the value of the variable y. So that is y is equal to 3x minus 6. Then I will replace x as 2 because that is the value of x. So that will become 3 times 2 is equal to 6, and 6 minus 6 is equal to 0. So I have my solution already, and that is 2 and 0. How will I check that this is true? Of course, I will substitute this to the two equations. If this value or if this ordered pair will satisfy the equation. So as I substitute 3x minus y is equal to 6, and the other one is 3 times 2, that is 3 times 2 minus 0. So that is 6 is equal to 6. That is true. For the second equation, that is negative 4x plus 2y is equal to negative 8. So I will substitute again the values or the ordered pair. That is negative 4 times 2 plus 2 times 0. So what is negative 4 times 2 is negative 8. So negative 8 is equal to negative 8. And that is true. So I can make a conclusion that 2 and 0 is a solution to the systems of linear equation. So to make a generalization with the rules, how to perform solving systems of linear equation by substitution method, first is you have to solve one of the equations for a variable. Then substitute the expression from our step number 1 to the other equation. Then after that, you will solve for the new equation. Then if you can get the value of the variable, you will substitute that to get the other values of the variable. Then to check if the ordered pair or if the solution is correct, you are going to do substitution. If that ordered pair will satisfy the given two equations or will satisfy the systems of linear equation into variables. Now we are going to talk the second method in solving systems of linear equation, and that is by elimination. Now, there are some cases that when we are going to perform substitution, for example, like this, y is equal to 2x minus 5, and the other is 8x minus 4y is equal to 20. As what you have noticed, our equation 1 has the value of y already, and that is 2x minus 5y. So I will substitute directly that value of y to the second equation. That is 8x minus 4y is equal to 20. So what happened as I perform that? As I substitute the value of y, that is 8x minus 4 times 2x minus 5 is equal to 20. Then I will distribute, that is 8x minus 8x plus 20 is equal to 20. So as you observe, the variable x is being eliminated. And it is what is being left is 20 is equal to 20. So if this will happen, you will make a conclusion that the two equations represents the same line and they have infinite number of solutions. In performing this method, it is very important that you have, from the word elimination, there must be one variable to be eliminated in the two equations or in the three equations. So to eliminate, you can multiply both equations by numbers that will allow you to combine the two equations and eliminate one variable. Again, you will multiply any constant number that will make the numerical coefficient can be eliminated. The variable can be eliminated. So for example, solve the following systems of equation using elimination. 6x minus 3y is equal to negative 3, and the other equation is 4x plus 5y is equal to negative 9. So again, our goal in performing elimination is we should eliminate one variable. In this case, I will eliminate the variable y. How am I going to eliminate variable y? Is I have to make that the numerical coefficient of my variable is the same and opposite, so that if I am going to add, it can be eliminated. So what I am going to do, I will multiply the first equation by 5 and the second equation by 3. So what is the result if I am going to multiply 6x minus 3y is equal to negative 3 by 5? That will become 30x minus 15y is equal to negative 15. And what will be the result if I am going to multiply 4x plus 5y is equal to negative 9? That will become 12x plus 15y is equal to negative 27. Then right after that, if I am going to combine the two equations, that is 30x minus 15y is equal to 15, and 12x plus 15y is equal to negative 27. Now, as what you have noticed, the variable, the numerical coefficient of the variable that I wish to be eliminated are the same and opposite. That is negative 15 and positive 15. In such a way, if I am going to add this will be easily eliminated. So the variable y is already eliminated. What is being left is 30x plus 12x is 42x is equal to negative 42. So how am I going to get the value of the variable? I will divide that one by 42. So what is being left is x is equal to negative 1. So I already have the value of x, which is negative 1. So next thing is I am going to distribute that one to the first or any of the equation. So I will use equation number 1, 6x minus 3y is equal to negative 3. So I will just substitute the value of x, which is negative 1. So that is 6 times negative 1 is equal to minus 3y is equal to negative 3. So 6 times negative 1 is negative 6. Minus 3y is equal to negative 3. So I will transpose negative 6 to the right side of the equation. So that is negative 3y is equal to negative 3 plus 6. And negative 3 plus 6 is positive 3. So therefore, negative 3 y is equal to positive 3 divided by negative 3. So y is equal to negative 1. So therefore, the value that we have is negative 1 and negative 1. That is the solution that we get. So how to check that this is really the solution? We are going to substitute this value if this ordered pair will satisfy the equation or the two equations. So as I substitute, that is 6 times negative 1 minus 3 times negative 1. So that is negative 6 plus 3. That is negative 3 is equal to negative 3. And that is true. And for our second equation, that is 4x plus 5y is equal to negative 9. So 4 times negative 1 plus 5 times negative 1, would it be equal to negative 9? So negative 4 plus negative 5 is equal to negative 9. And that makes satisfy the second equation. So I can conclude that negative 1 and negative 1 is the solution of the systems of linear equations in two variables. The purpose of learning mathematics is the application of the concept into reality. Because if the concept that we have learned cannot be connected into real life or cannot be applied into real life, then that makes the concept make of no sense. So therefore, it is very important for us to apply what we have learned in the subject into reality. Now, as of this time, we are going to apply the concept solving systems of linear equations in two variables into real life problems. Very first for that, let us going to take into consideration these sample problems that I have presented. Cebu City is already in modified general community quarantine and all the malls are already open. Jen decided to go to the mall with her friends, wearing masks and following the social distancing protocol to treat the friends because she was not able to join them during her birthday last May. Jen has 200 pesos to spend. She discovered that a shop with an affordable milk tea for 50 pesos and slices of cakes for 25 pesos each. She bought 6 items. How many bottles of milk tea and slices of cakes do you think Jen bought for her friends? Now, that problem is one of the most common problems involving solving systems of linear equations into variables. Now, in studying algebra or interpreting this kind of problem, it is very important for us as students on how we are going to analyze and visualize problem. If it could be in visual representation or in drawing, or it could be in equation. So since we are dealing with systems of solving linear equations into variable, so we are going to make an equation that will represent this problem. So as we are going to do the steps, the first important thing that you are going to consider is you are going to identify of what is being unknown in the problem. And based on our problem, we are looking for the number of bottles of milk tea and the number of slices of cakes to Jen bought for her friends. So the purpose of having that variable as let x be the milk tea or let x be the cake or whatever, the purpose of having that variable is for representation. Always remember that the variable used in algebra is used to represent the unknown, meaning that unknown has a value. And that is the purpose of the variable, to represent the unknown for us to get the value. So in that specific problem, I will let x be the number of bottles for milk tea and y for the number of slices of cake. Then right after that, you are going to base on the content so as for you to arrive an equation. So I'll say x plus y is equal to 6 because it is being stated here that she bought 6 items all in all, meaning the number of bottles of milk tea and the number of slices of cakes is equal to 6 when added. So that is x plus y is equal to 6. Then right after that, how did I arrive 50x plus 25y is equal to 200 is that it is being stated here that 50 for affordable milk tea and 25 for each slices of cake. So therefore, 50 times the number of milk tea plus 25 times the slices or number of slices of cake is total to 200. Why? Because it is not being stated in the problem that Jen received a change, meaning the total expenses is equal to 200. So I can say that 50x plus 25y is equal to 200. So in such a way, I have already two equations, and that is x plus y is equal to 6, and 50x plus 25y is equal to 200. So this make a system already. So I can apply and I can use any of the methods that I have learned. Would it be graphical method? Would it be elimination method? Would it be substitution method to solve for the value of the unknown or the value of the two variables? Because the two variables represents the unknown, and that is the thing that we are looking for. All right, so I will use substitution. So x plus y is equal to 6 as my equation 1. Then 50x plus 25y is equal to 200 as my equation number 2. Right after that, by substitution, I can formulate my equation number 3 using equation 1. So that is x plus y is equal to 6. Then I will transpose y to the right side of the equation. That will become x is equal to 6 minus y. But actually, transposition again is a shortcut explanation. But the real explanation for that is by the addition property of equality. So we have to think of an expression that will make our the variable will be the thing left in the left side of the equation. So we have here equation number 3, and that is x is equal to 6 minus y. Then right after that, by substitution, we can substitute that value of x, which is 6 minus y, to equation number 2. Again, we are not allowed to use equation 1 because equation 1 is being used to derive equation 3 or to get the value of the variable we want to. So therefore, that is 50x plus 25y is equal to 200 as our equation number 2. Then what I am going to do with that is I will be substituting 6 minus y. So what happened? So 50 times 6 minus y plus 25y is equal to 200. So by distributive property, since we already know what is distributive property, I will distribute 50, and that will become 50 times 6 is equal to 300, and 50 times negative y is equal to negative 50y, plus 25y is equal to 200. So I will continue the simplification process. So that is 300 minus 25y is equal to 200. So again, take note of the red thing that I have highlighted. That explains the property of equality. In order for me to get y, the value of y, I have to eliminate 300 by adding negative 300. So I add negative 300 to both sides of the equation. So 300 is already canceled in the left side. So what is being left is negative 25y is equal to 200 plus negative 300 is negative 100. Right after that, I will divide by negative 25 so that y will be left, or I will multiply it by negative 1 over 25. Multiplication property of equality. So cancel the negative 100 times negative 1 over 25, then it yields to y is equal to 4. So therefore, you have there the value of y, which is 4. Then right after that, what are we going to do? We will use that value of y, which is equal to 4, to find the value of x by substituting to equation number 3. So x is equal to 6 minus y, that is our equation number 3. Then x is equal to 6 minus 4, x is equal to 2. So in such a way, you already find the values of x and y, or the solution of our systems of linear equation. So therefore, Jen bought 2 bottles of milk tea and 4 slices of cakes for her friends. So that is one of the most common example for the application of solving systems of linear equations into variables in reality. At this point, we are going to apply what you have learned in this instructional video by performing the activities that we have designed. So for your drill activities, or this is the formative assessment, you are going to compare the three methods of solving in finding the solution through graphical method, substitution, and elimination. So make it sure that in comparing, you will arrive the same solution with different approaches, but of the same solution. So the equations are 18x plus 2y is equal to 1 and y is equal to 6x minus 2. In such a way, using the answer key that the module has been provided to you, you will practice what you have learned and you are going to correct your own mistakes. So make it sure that you are going to perform the three methods so that there will be comparison of learning and there will be comparison of knowledge that you have acquired in this tutorial video. And of course, to measure what we have learned or how far did we learn from this concept, let us going to apply this in our assessment. So our first assessment is your performance task. So your performance task is the application of the concept into reality in solving most of the common problems around us. So the problem is, because of the quarantine nationwide, most of the people shifted to work from home setup, and it became a burden to those who didn't know how to cook, as they couldn't dine in any restaurant or fast food chains. With this, they opted to order via online using several food delivery company applications. In one day, one food delivery company can receive 110 bookings without cancellation. Most of the orders are budget meals and snacks. If a budget meal costs 80 pesos and snacks for 30 pesos, how many bookings of each budget meal if the food delivery company earns 5,800 pesos a day? Of course, your task will be rated based on this criteria. Make it sure that it has a mathematical representation, or that is how you integrate the concept, the mathematics concept in analyzing and visualizing the problem. That is equal to 50%. And of course, the accuracy, how accurate are you in finding the answer or the solution to the problem, is 50%. And of course, in our assessment part, in your performance task, what are you going to do to test if you really follow and watch the entire video? You are going to perform this. The problem is, because of the quarantine nationwide, most of the people shifted to work from home setup, and it became a burden to those who don't know how to cook. That is a reality, as they couldn't dine in any restaurant or fast food chains. With this, they opted to order via online using different food delivery applications. In one day, one food delivery company can receive 110 bookings without cancellation. Most of the orders are budget meals and snacks. If a budget meal costs 80 pesos and snacks for 30 pesos, how many bookings of each budget meal if the food delivery company earns 5,800 a day? Again, you are going to apply the concept that we have learned. And of course, in your self-learning module, you are going to answer the post-test assessment, either printed or any forms you want, because some schools are using ZipGrade as an online platform. And that for more tutorial videos, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I actually had my YouTube channel, so you have to click that link and it will drive to the different instructions that we had. I actually I actually uploaded there for grade 10 mathematics, and some are from grade 8 and grade 7. So please like and subscribe, and thanks for watching. See you for the next video. For more tutorial videos, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel since I am doing my own YouTube channel and that specific link. Then you may click that and view some of my tutorial videos, which is very helpful to our students. Actually, that is mixed with a lot of languages, could be Bisaya, Tagalog, and English as the medium of instruction that I have used there. And I have been uploading videos for mathematics grade 7 and grade 10, and some are for grade 8. So hope to you have to like and subscribe in that specific link. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching. This is Mr. Hero George